Hey everybody, my name is Rahul and in this video we'll be looking at HackPack CTF competition. Now one of the special things about this CTF competition is that it is LLM based. So it's called HackPack CTF LLM edition. So let's begin. The first one is Yellow Dog 1 and it says welcome to Yellow Dog LLM, a service for providing LLM generated description for images, mostly yellow dogs. This is the first variation, and if you go to this website, as you can see, this is the website. Now what this type of LLM does is, so there are a lot of generative AI models. The first variation of ChatGPT that you saw or that you see is it takes input as text and then provides you output as text. Now there are a lot of variations around this that are present in the wild. So one of them is that you enter a image and then it provides you text on that. So if you are somehow able to inject your malicious prompt into that image, the LLM model might end up executing it. So this is the first thing that you can try when you're testing with models that accept images as an input. But that's not what we are going to do here. So the challenge is somewhat different. Just wanted to show you what test cases that you can perform. But let's click on describe image, and here as you can see the image ID is being sent, and if you send it to repeater, oh sorry, let's just intercept the response. You see that it kind of describes the entire image and says the flag is null. So if my guess is that we should be able to get the flag if we are somehow able to get this image. So the way we can do is, I think you already know, is kind of getting its ID and going to repeater, sending it, and here we have the
Let's
flag.
talk about the second challenge, which is called Yellow Dog 2, and it is in continuation with the previous CTF challenge. We have the verb suit turned on, and if you see, if I click on the describe button, you'll see that an image ID along with an image hash is being sent to this endpoint. Now this might pose a small problem to us because along previously only the image ID was being sent. Now the image hash is also being sent. Now if I click on the forward button, it will somehow generate a description. For some reason it hasn't generated right now, but let's not talk about that. Alright, so if I see this, you'll see that there is a name associated with this. So let's look at the third one, which is redacted. If you see that the two last characters are XX, so this might pose a problem because first of all we do not know the hash, and we also do not know the exact value that needs to go to the into the request. Now this is the first problem that occurs. The second is we need to find out the exact hash that is being sent. Now if you see, there are a couple of names and hashes associated with those. Now this hash could also be the hash of the actual image file, in which case it will be a problem for us to generate this hash. Secondly, it could also be a hash of this particular value. So if you scroll a bit up, you will see that this is the function that is generating the hash value, and what it is doing is it is accepting data, and all that data does is converts that to a SHA-256 hash. So let's just give it a try, and let's just go to online SHA generator, and if you see, I have typed in the name of the dog, and you'll see that this is the same hash. Now I think we know the drill here. What we can do is either we can use a script to generate all the hashes up till 99 and feed them into burp and then send all the requests using burp and tutor. Or secondly, what we can do is we can use a Python script that will automatically generate a SHA-256 hash on the fly and kind of send it to the endpoint. So for that, I have the endpoint right here, which is yellow dog. So what I've done here is I have generated a Python script which is using requests and hashlib. So request is to send a request, a post request to this endpoint, and hashlib kind of generate SHA-256 hash of the image of the name. Here I'm just generating a payload, and I'll be used in the payload there is image ID image hash, and every time a hash and an image ID is generated, I'm passing it to a payload, and from here I'm using the requests module to send a post request to this URL, which is in the form of JSON. Now once that is done, I'm getting all the responses back from by using response.text method, and here as you can see, I have sent a lot of requests, and finally we get a hit at 80th value.